Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Black Prince Gaming and we are back today playing a bit more Hearts of Iron 4. So, today we will be trying again to play as India, and I think the path we're probably going to go for is bringing about the Mughals. So we're going to do this in Iron Man mode, and do I want historical AI? Well, if I can break free and then lend my support potentially to the Axis, maybe there is something that can be done as the Mughals. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I haven't tried it on historical. I have tried non-historical previously, but let's give it a go. It does mean the British Empire isn't going to break down, so we are going to have a fight ahead of us very early because we are going to race for it. So, if you don't know already, India has a few paths. So there is this path, which is the Mughal Empire. There is this path here, which is the East India Company, where you attempt to try and buy the world, so that can be quite interesting. This is the sort of road to independence path, so there's Mahatma Gandhi, two nations theory, India united, then there is the communism, this one, and the fascist side of things, as well as there is the loyalty tree as well, if you want to stay at a loyal India, which is obviously the historical thing to do. And then there's a bunch of other trees out here, which are all your different army, military, everything you need. Now what I probably will start off by doing is let's begin getting rid of the Great Depression, because that is a huge debuff to be getting off our chest right away. We're going to be a little bit cheeky. We know what is coming for us, so we are going to begin building up some of these states that I know will switch to us or be close to switching to us on the outbreak of the Civil War, because essentially our breakaway state is Pakistan. It's the Muslim majorities of India that are going to break away to form a Mughal Empire. Now let's go ahead and do look to the past, and we're going to immediately start pushing down for this Civil War. The question of Aden, so we can hand it over. Let's just keep it for now. We want to keep as much support away from the British as possible. So there we go. Let's pause. Let's tick the speed down. Let's go ahead and quickly grab all of our units. Let's pop them in here. Do we have any units? Okay, looks like everyone is over here now. That's great. So what we want to do is take all of these armoured guys here. We want to switch them over for some district garrison cavalry. And you know what? I might even do the same with these mountaineer units, because we just want to get them as secured and as squared away as possible. Now we need to look for a general. We have two terrible generals to be picking between. So let's go ahead and promote this guy up at least, so we just have something to use for now. Let's go ahead and get an army offense expert for the ticking army XP. Let's also get an infantry expert. Oh, actually a cavalry. Yeah, let's get a cavalry and an infantry expert. Just really, let's push that as far as we can. And then we want to go here for all of these extra civilian factories. We want to grab these guys, send them to the front as soon as they possibly can. You guys, for example, I want you coming straight across the river here. You as well, come straight across here. As you can see, they still have a load of tanks, so that is good. Hopefully they won't be able to equip those quite so well, and we will then be able to obviously use that to our advantage. You're going to come straight down here, you're going to take Karachi, and you're going to move actually straight to Ahmedabad if possible. Yeah, just mass assault. Let's just try and charge it down. That's what we need. We need to sort of lightning race down this war, try and do whatever we can as quickly as possible, especially anywhere that we can make an encirclement of their forces. That's going to be a key. Okay, so their troops are starting to land back in, I think, from Aden, so they were held up for a moment, which was good, but obviously they that only keeps them out of the battle for probably the early days, so it's a little bit of cheese, but I think it's necessary in the situation we're in, especially because the British will get into this war and start flooding troops over. So realistically, you do need any advantage you can get. Any open tiles you guys can snake for, I mean just begin snaking for them. Like for example, you here, can you link up with some of these maybe? And then likewise, can you go anywhere further here? Like boom, look at that. We've encircled a troop right there. There we go. These guys have won out here, so now let's get this guy pushing around, hopefully to cut off the Karachi tanks. Perfect. And then that's a good, yeah, good couple units destroyed there, crushed out. And this is what we need. We need to just be snaking through the fronts wherever possible. So that's why I've gone with the aggressive, with aggression here. Let's also get offensive doctrine just to get as many as we can in. And then let's make sure that we are as well continuing to build up more units. So we can build up 3 at the moment. So let's get them going. Hopefully that's going to help us. Maybe let's limit this back to Peshawar. We don't need a guy all the way up there. Just pull back a little bit maybe. See what you can't defend. As soon as we wrap up these encirclements, obviously that puts more troops onto the field of battle for us. So that will be good once we get there. It's just a matter of the getting there part. Okay, you horsemen railroad there. Let's see if you can't really get in and help this guy in Ahmedabad. You're going to come down here maybe to Bombay as well if you can after that. You're going to come out here. Yep, perfect. You're going to come help attack in here. Let's just try and sweep up a couple more of their units if possible. Go for it there. Get in, get round. Let's just try and cut off a couple of them maybe. Perfect, that's another little encirclement there maybe. Okay, pin them there. You actually just come wrap round and then we can crush them back in. That's the thing, every time we make an encirclement it's great for us, but it does take units off of the front line, so we do really need to stay cautious about how much we're pushing in. Like here for example, I would rather you as well try and snake up towards Delhi. Let's see if you can't take Jaipur. Go for it. There we go, looks like we are about to make our encirclement here. Beautiful. And by the same token, see if you can't just cut them off maybe up here as well. Like let's just get ourselves a bit more clear. Like try and wrap up the north as much as possible. Cut their supply lines wherever we can. Like anywhere we can be making good damage like that is obviously very, very important to us. And then yeah, start snaking south really. Like let's try and grab as much as possible. Hopefully the tiles are just a bit more open, a bit more empty, a bit more free. Okay, and there's their supply now completely cut off to this northern region. So you head up here. Let's see if we can't cut that in a little bit tighter. There we go. Another couple of these units encircled here. Beautiful. Any moment now, we should hopefully have the British Raj capitulate, and then any troops the Allies have sent will be cut off and encircled here. Oh, like I just said, perfect. We've taken them. That is great news. Okay, perfect. Okay. So now what we need to be doing is just really trying to wrap up and secure this. You guys halt there. And then what I probably need to do is let's split off these guys into their own division. Hopefully we can get another general out and about. We cannot. Okay, that's fine. But your guys' job will be to hold the ports now of India. There should be enough of you to do that, I'm assuming. And let's just click some of these just in case anyone joins the allies while we're there. And then sort of obviously messes with us. Let's crush out these last few tiles of British troops. And then we're all good to go. And then yeah, let's quickly try and sweep up British Burma just to make sure they can't use the ports of British Burma. Look at that. Just on cue, as I was saying that, they have immediately started landing forces in British Burma to try and invade us. So let's get some better research speed from our mechanical computing. And then let's make sure we are sweeping up, hopefully, any troops they want to bring in. And as well, just striking down for Rangoon to stop that port in. Okay, let's maybe try and cut them just a little bit tighter, these pockets. Really start to allow ourselves to cause some damage. There's the naval invasion of Karachi. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? It was coming. The Australians trying to get in there. Cheeky. Does look like they might be leaving Rangoon, actually. Boom, they have left it. Okay, great news. There we go, British Burma has also capitulated, so... Is that the final available land route? Just merge these guys into this for now so they can add to the defensive duties of our coastline. And let's make sure that Rangoon is part of that. Just to ensure that we don't have any further issues. But that should mean that we have people everywhere they need to be. Yep, perfect. Okay, horsemen, get over to your defensive points. There you go, start sweeping. Love it. Beautiful. They're making it. Now let's go for local recruitment offices to start reducing the agrarian society debuff. And now I think we just have 100 days to defend. There should, I feel like it would make sense if there was a scripted peace deal if you take all of India without them having a way back in, but I'm assuming it's to give them a chance to technically re-invade if they need to. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start producing one of each of the things that we're probably going to need here in the future, just so we can begin to ensure that we get some efficiency on these lines, and then I'll put the rest back into rifles for now. Okay, let's take it back to 5 speed because we now hold everything we want. If we hear the naval invasion siren, I will obviously be a bit more cautious. Oh, exactly like that. Come on, start moving, start getting over, guys. That is a huge, huge British landing. Of course they're going to try that. Let's make sure... Let's start getting some ticking air XP maybe, because that could be quite helpful for us. There we go, starting to defend more and more territory. Where is this next invasion? Another invasion of Rangoon. Okay, they are going to try. Well, they were always going to try it. It's just whether we can keep them pressed out here, and it looks like we could get some nice damage off on the allies, which might help us out later. And it will give us some good army XP, so... There we go, British Raj offered territorial concessions, and those territorial concessions are their entire nation. Incredible. And now let's go ahead and do a Peacock Prince. We can start choosing our new governor. And how does compliance look? I always... Okay, so we still do need to build compliance in some of these states here. That's fine, that's all good with me. Let's make sure that we are focusing maybe down on the capital, and then any regions with some high infrastructure like so. Let's get them developing. We now need to build up our new lovely Indian economy. Okay. I think My favourite guy. Oh, we could go... We could get research and be a research-based nation, but I do think I like this. Political power gain, stability, and then attack and defense on core territory. So I think we're going to go for that for sure. And then let's do Hall of Knowledge. Let's start bringing some more research in so we can make sure that we are building ourselves up. But there we go. We are the Sultanate of Al-Hind. Mobilization speed is going to go up and everything with this. So many good extra buffs coming in there. Let's go ahead and conquer Afghanistan. Perfect. We're going to try and jump in against them as soon as we can. And look at that. This is all now core land. So there's no resistance issues, no compliance issues. We're pulling all resource out of this land that we can. And hopefully using it to just expand ourselves. Let's get everyone's planning up as much as possible. And then we will just be going for a complete rush down of Afghanistan. So let us declare our war. Let's get everyone on the offensive. Let's go ahead and go for this through the Wakayan corridor, which should then give us our war against Xinjiang, which will be the next place we're looking to go. There we go, look at this, straight through here. Perfect, get moving, get pushing to Kabul from there as well, come on. Looks like the guys in the south are having huge success because this is a lot more open territory, whereas obviously in the mountains our horsemen are going to struggle. But if we can continue moving around them, keep up the aggression here, for example, then that should really pose no problems for us. So maybe some formal review up here, somewhere that we feel like we're probably stronger in supply. Just make sure that we've got enough troops maybe to try and smash them out. Like, can we hit Kabul from here? Does look like we can. Maybe we pull off one from each of these attacks just to ensure that we keep ourselves pretty safe and secure. There you go, send a couple up there maybe. Send some to hopefully hold these men here. There you go, you start going round. One of you help pin as well, perfect, okay. Looks like we are making the maneuvers that we would like to be making here, getting round the enemy, trying to push in and secure them. There we go, it just took a little bit of extra micro, and we are almost exactly where we want to be. How far is Afghanistan from capitulating? This might be the final city that we need. Yes, it is, perfect, and we take all of their guns as well. So that is great, we've taken that land. Lovely, perfect. Okay, and now we go immediately into another fight here. That's going to be a tough one. It's not going to be easy. Let's go ahead, declare our war. And let's get our men moving in as quickly as we can. So we want to be pushing up there. Do we actually want to join the Japanese? That's an interesting concept. You know what? Let's join the Japanese. That's going to help us. Keep us a bit more supported out here. Fall of Nanjing. Okay, sounds like the Japanese are probably doing a good stab then at everything here. Okay, I'd love to be able to cut them off here, maybe just crush out a few of their units. Is there places and regions where we could maybe do better with our horsemen, is what I'm thinking. You know, like, could I instead go ahead, produce a bunch of these guys. Let's put them to a high priority, and like one of them you know, help hold these choke points while we then bring our cavalry round to the Japanese front. I think that probably could be better actually for us. We would just need to make sure that we are taking enough land, causing enough damage to sort of succeed here. So let's do it. Let's pull back. Okay, we still do have some coming on in, but we've got a good bunch here, so why don't we go ahead, hit the button, and let's see if our cavalry can't sweep, cause some havoc, take some new territory. Yeah, especially if we can take any more supply lines off the enemy, that would be real nice. But yeah, let's just shift click and go. Because the aim of this cavalry will be the second it breaks through, if it can continue any advances it makes as soon as it breaks through, that is where we'll see the real power of this, because they won't be able to catch us. Come on, take that tile, get in, there we go, that's a couple of their divisions cut off there, which is real nice. There you go, continue the push now against these next enemies. Maybe do your best to push in here against whatever you can. Come on, let's really try to start attacking in here. Why are we having such issues? Okay, let's take these guys. Let's try and redeploy them maybe somewhere that has a bit better supply. So maybe like along this front here. Whoa, not all of you, not all of you. That would be bad. There you go, you guys stay there. The US want to send us a load of stuff? Okay, sure, US. I'll take it. I don't know why, we are literally going to be your enemies within a matter of months if everything stays pretty normal. So, sure US, go for it. Let's open this up to hopefully regain some more supply here. That could be quite important for us. Perfect, take this bit of land, love it. Keep moving, keep pushing. Let's go here, see if we can't try and connect up with some more supply. Like start putting pressure on some of their supply hubs here, some of their defensive points. Yeah, the issue of supply is real bad out here, but hopefully we can continue plugging away at the Chinese army and continue causing enough havoc that maybe we can make some breaks somewhere. Like, I'd love to be able to break across somewhere like this, maybe. Somewhere we could cut a supply rail, something like that, you know, start hindering their supply northwards. Okay, let's break through somewhere, come on. There we go, what we need is we need to be taking supplies, so we need to be trying to race down these railways with our beautiful horsemen. So that's the real plan. The real play is just to basically avoid as much as possible. Let's get Logistics Wizard on this general. That should really help him out. This guy is as good as it can get. What can he be? I guess we could give him Cavalry Expert, and if we get it up high enough, he could be our new Cavalry Commander. This guy can be adaptable once we've got the command power for it, so we will work towards that. But yeah, ultimately, we just want to keep on pushing deeper and deeper in with our horseman army. Our horse armada that we're currently working so heavily on. There you go. Just get a couple of you snaking straight through maybe for the supply hub. You, let's help take this side of the river line maybe. But yeah, we are helping a little nice push in here up north. Come on. Yeah, we're getting to the supply land now. There we go. The supply hub is within striking distance. Let's maybe take 4 of you and just see if we can't strike even deeper with them. Just keep the offensive going. You guys maybe as well here. No, it does look like we are being halted a little bit here. But that's fine. That's to be expected. Come on, let's put overwhelming firepower now in on these tiles. There we go. The Japanese have managed to make it through. They're surging through, actually. You know what? Let's go on it. Let's go on the offensive again. Let's just start attacking any tile we can. Let's start spreading. Look at that. There we go. The Japanese are racing through, and our horsemen are following up as well to help take even more land here. Could have sworn they just spawned units basically into Chongqing, but it does look like we can still push in and hopefully take it off their hands. Come on. Nice, perfect. We have taken Chongqing. That is great. Let's go ahead and probably line all this up now, so we are just attacking down and into this land here that's free. There we go. Our units are absolutely cleaving through their units when they're in low supply. Let's go for Changsha now that we're round them. Come on. Okay, we just keep moving. We're just continuing to move, continuing to make more progress. There you go, let's build up some planning, let's re-engage, and then let's go for it. And there we go, look at that, across the board. Some beautiful green bubbles. Look at the cavalry start to march their way in. Changsha is full of Soviet volunteers, of course it is. Why wouldn't they do that? So now we just go for the surround, I guess. Yep, full surround maybe? Perfect, go. Keep moving, keep marching, let's do it. Oh man, we've encircled a huge portion of the Chinese, and look at that. We are just crushing them out. I didn't even realise that. That's how quickly they just went. Perfect, hopefully that gets us even more percentage. Yeah, we're up to a nice 11% now, so hopefully that should do something. Can we cut off any of their last bits of support here at this city for them? Maybe let's just really try and engage now, just a few tiles. Really try and focus down, cutting them off. Perfect, look at that, we've managed that. There we go, we've taken Changsha as well. So this is the Soviet volunteers hopefully all getting crushed and killed here, which is absolutely massive for us. There we go, look at them all in one tile like that. That is absolutely horrific for the Soviets. That's 7 mountaineers, 3 other divisions, 2 tank divisions too. That is casualties like no other. Let's hope that we can get them killed and crushed out before this ends here. And then I guess the next thing we want is our armies to come out this way and then just continue in even more. Come on, march on in. Perfect. We now have a 2-tile border with their capital. 3-tile border. China has capitulated. Perfect. Amazing. Xinjiang. I want it all. And then let's start pushing into some of this other territory in the Djibouti-Sanmar. The Chinese Empire is what they've put there. Okay, great. Well, we are in a much, well, we are much stronger now. Now we want to wait for this to complete, and then we can go down ahead and expand the Silk Road. Then we can go for some more conquest, so we can start taking things across the Himalayas and just really sort of bulking out our military here.